Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Merlin here. Hope you are all doing well. This is Dawn of Defiance, and I'm going to film some back-to-back videos shortly to be released over the next couple of days on the channel. Apologies for not releasing any content recently due to medical issues, which has kind of sort of prevented me from doing so. But I'm getting back on the mend, and hopefully we'll get some released in due course. Today's video is about the Temple of HECASTE and the Repair the Portal quests, both of which you will need to be able to move from the small island of arrival, which is probably where you're at the moment, over to the Crossroads Island, where everything else in the main thing takes place. Now, if anyone's seen the first video, you're probably in a stage where you've built up your base and you're just kind of getting your feet on the ground and things like that. And hopefully by this point you've also constructed your crafting station, because you will need that. The first thing you will need to do is you come up to the temple, which the doors will be closed, you won't be able to go through them. And you open up this chest and you will get 3 recipes. Those recipes are the giant bow, spear and shield. Unfortunately, I don't have the crafting station on this island anymore because my base is now dilapidated and gone. You'll see it there. Once you get the recipes, you go into the crafting station, they'll appear in red, and they each require 7 items of stone. So that's where you'll go to first. Now the main thing about these 2 quests is also preparation, and you'll need to gather as much resources as possible to get yourself through and to complete the actual quests themselves. So we're going to head down over here. Again, in the distance you'll see what's left of my old base as we head towards it. And the reason I'm bringing you down here, it's a good kind of jump off point to know where you've got to go from this area. So as I mentioned, you will need to complete certain, or not complete, but you will need to gather certain resources to get yourself ready. You will need 200 softwood, so your normal trees. You will need 200 stone. You will need 50 animal bones, and you will need approximately 500 of ambrosia. Now I say approximately, the reason why I say approximately, it will come apparent later, but initially you will need 250 to get through the temple, and the remainder is for the kind of the tasks that await you. Now once you've gathered your resources, I've moved up to the cliff by the way, but once you've gathered your resources, you will be able to move on through the quests to get to the other island. So for example here, this is where the elements you would need to go. These are called places of power. And they're numbered number 1 down here, which is where I'm really right next to, number 2, which is the far north of the island, and number 3, which you can see here. Now I would suggest going to number 2 first, because the reason why you get number 2 first is you pick up what we call the glide ability. You see you glide, uses your stamina, and that's the kind of the best ability that I believe is for this game for yourself. So go to that one first, then of course naturally head south, place 3 and place 1. Now just for the purpose of kind of giving you an idea of what you will be facing, we're at place of power 1, and as you can see the front gate is guarded by at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3 soldiers. So you can see 1 there. I'm not going to take them on today because I don't see the point. You'll be able to do that. You'll see that for yourself. But it's kind of wise to get yourself prepared to make sure that you are physically able to take them on. Now this is again where the glide comes in handy. Once you've got the glide, you can then come in from this back door, so to speak. And again, you will see from here that there are some more soldiers guarding you. Now once you've taken down all these soldiers, you'll notice in the distance there is a broken statue. Now that was once a statue that had a missing item. So when you complete the element of getting rid of all the soldiers, look for a statue that seems like it's missing either a spear, a shield or a bow. When you walk up to it, it'll give you the option to equip the item. So once you equip that item, the statue will just split in half, but it does mean then that there's something in the middle that'll appear. I think it's gone now because we've used it, but it's like a plinth that'll rise up, and you put your ambrosia in there. So I think it's about 50 ambrosia, and then obviously it will give you the abilities that you need. So you need to do that with all three. So once you've done that with all three, you can then move on to the Temple of HECASTE and finish the actual quest itself. However, I'm going to suggest one other thing first. Part of the main quest on the Crossroads Island is dealing with shrines. And one of the shrines is Apollo, and it's Apollo's braziers, I think you call that. And you can see them here. 1, 2, and the third one, oh yeah, it's just hidden there, 3. Now these are also similar sort of plinths, where again you would put ambrosia into, something like 20 in each, 20 or 25 in each. And you need to light each one. So when you get to the main map, there'll be another 12 to light up before you can complete that quest. Now I'll go through that in more detail with a separate video. But I would recommend that once you've completed these 3 places of power, you've got your abilities, you've done everything you need to do, you've got your resources, make sure that you do these as well. Then you don't have to come back. Okay? So we're going to head over to the temple, and then we'll show you what needs to be done next. Okay, so we're now back at the temple, and you would still be faced with the closed doors. So when you do, you'd walk up to them, and you literally just open the doors up. So you'd be given the, if you're on a PC, for example, if you're a letter E or something, to open the doors up. And then you come into the room, and as you can see, there are several chests. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open every one, because in there you will see that you'll get the pickaxe recipe, because you haven't got that yet. You would also get the tannery, which is obviously for things like your pelts. As long as you've got all your resources, you'd walk up to here, and this won't show yet, but it will show on the screen to say contribute your resources. You then press E to contribute your resources. It then says press E again to summon the champion, because it will have a champion. Now you're in a position here, and the champion will literally appear out of nowhere around this sort of area. My recommendation, using your glide ability, get out as quick as you can. Get out to about, as far as you can, out to about here. The reason why is the champion won't come out of the front door onto this pathway. So then you can use your bow and just take him out from a distance. Just keep taking pot shots. He won't move. He might move a little bit, but he won't come out this far. So just take your pot shots, take down the champion, and head back in. And then once you've done that, you go back into the room, and you will then be faced with this. And literally travel to Crossroads. And here is where you will appear. I'm going to move away from the spirit because he starts talking, and I don't want him talking over when I'm talking. So you will appear here, and this is the Crossroads Island, where the main adventure will then take place. And that's it. That's how you get through the Temple of HECASTE and the repair of the portals, ready for your main adventure. I hope that information has helped you move forward, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video, where we'll take the next steps further forward. For now, thank you very much and enjoy the game.